Good afternoon, year three. I hope you're well and have had a good day. I know you've been doing some great writing with Mrs. Hand this week, and it's been fantastic to see all the brilliant work you've been doing. Rebecca, by the way, you absolutely knocked my socks off. This isn't a spelling thing, but your death mask, it scared me. It was brilliant. And it absolutely blew my mind. I thought it was brilliant. So thank you guys for all the work you've been doing and all the subjects you've been doing. And you can make sure today you even impress us and Mrs. Hand by using the capital letters in the correct space in your sentences at the end about these spellings. So today, as well as the patterns for spelling that we've been looking at, sometimes there's words that don't quite fit the rules and we just have to learn them. We've got no option. They're called statutory words and they're a bit of tricky. They're a bit of a challenge and we just have to learn them. They have to stick in our head. Otherwise, our grumpy teachers, well, if you ever get me, your grumpy teacher might always grumble at you. But I'm sure your grumpy teacher won't be me, or you won't have a grumpy teacher like me, so you won't get somebody grumbling at you. They'll just congratulate you when you do a great job. Okay, right, guys, let's see how we're getting on anyway. Today, what I'd like you to do is to check your previous spelling. So your spellings you've been doing previously. We're going to do that as our first task, and they're part of your pack. After we've done that, we're going to learn some new spellings. And we're going to practice these new spellings, and then you're going to use those new spellings. And can you write some of your science and your history for me next week and for Miss Ashford next week using some of these new spellings? Can you use some of these spellings in the writing you're doing about the firework maker's daughter for Mrs. Hand and for Miss Ashford? It'd be great to see some of those skills being used. Right, guys, there's 10 correct spellings. Sorry, I actually did 9, didn't I? There's 9 correct spellings here. There's 9 incorrect spellings from our previous spelling session. Can you, as we've done previously, can you pause the video in a second and either copy down the 9 correct ones or circle on your sheet the 9 correct ones, okay? If the wrong ones are there, see if you can spot what's wrong about them. So pause your video now, please. And then if you're still watching, we're going to carry on the lesson in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Okay, so which one's correct? Truly or truly? It's the single L for truly, so 1 L. Duly is without the E. Okay, so a duel with an E would be something from the time when people who were rich primarily would have fought each other with swords, but dueling isn't something we do now. And duly, when something's duly arrived, it doesn't have the E. It's wholly appropriate. It's wholly correct. So, like my attempts at spelling these words, my attempts are not wholly correct because 9 of them are wrong, 9 of them are right. If all of my spellings were correct, they would be wholly correct, and then they'd have 2 L's in wholly. If I'm writing fully, you know that the suffix is the Y, not the double E. And publicly doesn't have the K, does it? So publicly is without the K. If we do something every day, we do it daily, and that's got an I, not a Y. It's a little bit of a tricky one to remember, but we looked at those words with the ly suffix last week. Dryly is something that has the Y there. Shyly is when we're worried about something. We might act in a shy fashion. We're shyly walking into a room because we're worried that suddenly we're going to get attacked by a gorilla. Okay, or whatever might make you shyly walk into a room. If I ever saw Rebecca in her mask, I would shyly walk into the room because I'd be very worried that the Pharaoh had come back from 3,500 years ago, rising from the tomb in the Valley of the Kings and was coming to get me. Slyly, Howard Carter slipped into Tutankhamun's tomb when the inspectors were supposed to be watching him. Okay, Maya really impressed me this week. She kept telling me that it would be very easy for somebody to go into that tomb because there were no inspectors then. So that made me very interested in the idea that he maybe wasn't being that sly. He was just lucky to get into that tomb. Slyly going in. So slyly is a synonym for being sneaky. Did you get all 9? Well done if you did. Okay, this week we're looking at these statutory spelling words. They're part of the list that's a law, really. So in year 3 and year 4, there's some words you have to learn. There's no choice. Okay, they don't really fit in these patterns. You almost just have to learn them. Good tip: get them written down on a piece of paper, put them around your room, put them around your kitchen, annoy mum and dad with them on the kitchen wall, and see if you can just learn them. Just by learning them and then use them, and then they stick in your head. It's like riding a bike or like going swimming. At the moment, it might feel tricky, but when you're grown up and old like me, it's something I can do without even turning my head on. Okie dokie. So there's a few that are called, we're going to play this game where we unwrap them, we wrap them, we write them and check. So the first one, we're going to see if we can use some of those letters. So we've got an E, an A, an R, a V, an I, a T, an L, an E, a B, an S, and an E. Can you use those letters to make a word? I'll show you what it is. This word is believe. Believe. Now I'm going to Reorder the letters. Can you try and write continue? Okay. So if you remember, that first one was believe. Can you try and write believe? Did you get it? Believe. Okay, now on to the next one. Can you remember it's continue? Can you try and write continue? Continue when you carry on doing something. Continue. You've got all the letters on the screen. Continue then. Did you remember the I before the N? Did you remember the U before the E? I think I believe. Believe again. How do you think you spell believe? If you've done it once, write it again. I believe your time's up. Did you get it right? Did you do the I before the E? Well done if you did. So believe, let's see how you got on with believe. Let's see how you got on with continue. And now we've got another one. Looking at these letters again. We've said continue. Trying to make it continue. There we go. Continued now. Now, this one is arrive. Okay, so look. Can you see how you can spell arrive from an R, an A, an S, an E, an I, a U, an F, an E, an A, a V, and an R? How can you spell R? Arrive, arrive. How did you do? Did you get the two R's? Really important to remember the two R's, otherwise it's not the correct spelling. Okie dokie, guys. Next word. What do you reckon it is? Okay. Describe. Okay, we're going to see if we get it right this time. Describe. So let's see. D, E, S, E. Doesn't seem to work. Should we see how we did? No, I didn't put my E in the correct order. Let's try again. D, E. I've got to do it in the correct order that they appear. So D, E, S. Now we're on the right track. Should we try again? D, E, S, C, R, I. What's the missing letter? Describe, describe. Oh, I forgot my E. Okay, and there's describe. Sorry, Mr. Spring's struggling with the PowerPoint today, isn't he? So we've got describe as that other word there. Okay, and now we'll go on with the next word. Can you remember the words we've done already? The first one, believe. Let's check, shall we? Yeah, we've got believe, haven't we? So we've got believe. Then after believe, we moved on and we did continue. And after continue, we did describe. And our next word, which we're on to now, is height. Ooh, how can we spell height? What's the first letter? H. Okay. What's the second letter? E. Okay. Okay. So let's see if we've got height. H. E. It's not. It's the PowerPoint's being very irritating to Mr. Sprinkler. Let's see what gets on. And it's Heighthit. Did you write it down? It's gone away. Can you write it correctly? Have a go. Did you get it right? Height. Write that one down. Okay. Heighg. Okay, next one we've got is women. Okay, so not a singular woman, women. So multiple female adults. Multiple female adults are described as women. Women. Okay, so if it's more than one, will it be an A or an E as the penultimate letter? What do you think? It's an E, yes. So it's women. WOMEN. I'm sure you will have got that right, guys. Mr. Spring's getting a real moment, isn't he? Women. Okay, let's move on now. And you'll see today you're doing then believe, appear, often, group, breath, not breathe, but breath. That's one breath. Breath, a single breath. Hold your breath. Continue is when you carry on doing something. Arrive, women. Remember, it's more than one woman. So it's women, so plural. So it's got that E, not that A. Describe, so when you tell somebody what something looks like or feels like or sounds like or smells like. And then height, so the distance that something is from the ground. Okay. Now, today, as with previous weeks, guys, you've got your words to look at. So read them through 5-10 times to begin with. Then, once you've read them through, then have a go at spelling them and check them. And if they're correct, give yourself a little bit next to them. If they're incorrect, write them really close to it so you can see where you've gone wrong. And then this is the bit where you can use your perfect capital letters and your brilliant proper nouns. Can you then please use them in some sentences? Maybe about Howard Carter, maybe about and maybe all about light, dark, and all those things. I really look forward to seeing those guys. And Rebecca, don't come and scare me with that death mask, please. you very much. See you later, guys. Bye bye.